On to the 8th on the programme. This is the second last race, number 8. It's Happy Valley with a 9-race programme. Class 2 here, 1650 the trip. He's the one for us. First time at Happy Valley once more. Grace and Mercy takes the class drop, switches to Happy Valley as well. Happy Dragon was a course and distance winner back in October. Private Secretary makes his Hong Kong debut, race under the same name for John Gosden in the UK. The Hulk went very close last time out behind Glorious Dragon over the 1800 metres. He ran second, was run down late. Harmony Hero is a good place record here, course and distance. Band of Brothers comes up in class, and Super Turbo, who's all his wins have been over the 1200 metres, but tries the 1650 here on this occasion. Racing Fighter has been up at Chung Fa the last 30 days, came back on the 23rd.
Yeah, we've got Butterfield, and he's the one for us up on the pace here in this contest. Again, no obvious leader. He's the one for us, has led to win over 1400 metres at Sha Tin in the past, and Butterfield should be fitter for his third assignment here. Happy Dragon, the Hulk, Grace and Mercy. The Hulk actually led last time out. Grace and Mercy should get a cosy run. And interesting what Zach does with the Super Oasis from his wide stall, whether he goes forward or back.
First we're going to look at is he's the one for us. Now, he's coming here to Happy Valley for the first time. But, look, he goes nicely enough. He gets his head up a little bit in his racing, but from his barrier 6, he should get a good run. He's the one for us. Private Secretary is a first starter. Now, he's the one on the inside. And I thought he's an interesting runner here. Tongue Tile goes on him, and he's had the 3 trials. He has got some good form from overseas, over a little bit longer.
Well, we'll see him trialling in a moment. Talk more about Private Secretary in a second or so. Let's start off, though, with Super Oasis, who's actually quite prominent in the run here. So, as Tom was saying, interesting to see what Zach does, but he just looked like he blew up late. Yeah,
so he gets a decent run to the first turn, being on the A course at Happy Valley. So maybe he can press forward from that wide stall of 12. He was right there until the final stages. This was the race that was won by more than this. Nakoni Express was their precious ship, finishing off with Enrichment. So he wasn't too far away from some nice horses here. He brought that good form from New Zealand and Australia, and expecting another forward run from him.
Yeah, look, I've got him in on the minor line. Super Oasis, he might need one more, but was a good enough run on debut, and he's coming to Happy Valley for the first time.
If you think more than this is the Derby winner, then you've got to respect.
No, definitely, that's why I put him in.
If you think he is.
Yeah, I still do. Right. Nothing's changed.
Yeah, that's Super Oasis. What about the Hulk? Run down late last time out. Let's hear from his trainer, Casper Fownes.
Casper, the Hulk lining up for his 5th run here at Happy Valley. How'd you assess his last run?
It was really good. You know, we got to the front and had some good sectionals and stayed on quite nicely. The horse that beat him's come out and franked the form again, winning at Sha Tin the other day, so that's a big positive for us. Obviously, that was 1800. We're dropping him back to the 1650. He's got a moderate gait, I'd say, in gate 7, but horse remains really well. And, you know, hopefully he's just on the upward trend now. Let's hope we can start to get out there and get some winning results with him.
You happy with how he's trained on in his gallop last week?
Yes, I am. He's in good form. Looks a treat.
He was able to lead last start. Is that potentially on the radar again for Thursday night?
In New Zealand, he just sort of sat behind the speed and, you know, was quite impressive over there. I'll just leave it up to Joe, see how he is from the jump, and he'll work it out.
There's a few other 4-year-olds there that are potential candidates for the Classic Series, and you've also got Columbus County in the stable. Where would you line those two up together?
Yeah, they're both nice progressive horses that, you know, certainly a horse like Columbus County, I think once he starts getting to the right trip, we might see something that's quite progressive there. The Hulk, his overseas form's around 1400, but obviously last time at the 1800 was a good result for us. So if he's between a mile to 2000, that gives us some options with him going forward.
You've seen a few of the other candidates for the 4-year-old series. Where do you sort of see the 4-year-old series picture at the moment?
Right now, I think it's in Francis Louis' stable. I mean, both the horses he's got very impressive. You know, Golden 60 definitely for me would be the favourite in the mile. I don't know whether he'll run the Derby trip strongly, but his other horse definitely is looking for the 2000, and he looks to be the one that you'd want to be on going forward.
Yeah, very exciting getting to the 4-year-old series into January. Let's get this race out of the way first, though. We'll move on to Private Secretary. Now, he's a listed winner at Goodwood for John Gosden. We'll come back to Private Secretary, apologies. Band of Brothers we'll look at next. Now, this is at Sha Tin, obviously, Band of Brothers, as he makes the switch back to Happy Valley. He's been here once before.
Yeah, now that start that he did ever at Happy Valley was one of his early starts in his career. So I think it was his debut run, actually. Fifth. And he ran fifth, yeah, it was his debut run. He did run fifth. Since then, he's gone on to bigger and better things. Up to 1650 now looks ideal for him, and with a lightweight and barrier 4, I think he can win this race.
I've got him on a minor line. I'm a big fan. He's had 2 really tough runs recently behind More Than This and Pressure Ship, where he's basically been wide throughout with no cover. So it wouldn't shock at all to see him right there because he is a really nice horse.
He is barrier 4. Brilliant. Private Secretary, now we'll look at him. Now, Shafano winning the trial here. A listed winner at Goodwood and ran 4th at Royal Ascot as well in the King Edward.
He did that, was behind Japan and also Bangkok. You can see him being pushed out a little bit here over the final stages. So he's had 3 trials coming into this. The last 2 have been over 1,600 metres, but he has travelled well throughout his trials, and he does have the tongue tie on, gate 1 for Vincent Ho.
Yeah, he's by Kingman, this horse, Private Secretary, and as you mentioned, tongue tie goes on him. So he's really interesting to see how he goes, actually. I haven't put him in, but I think he's definitely one for the future.
Yeah, and Japan went on to win a couple of Group 1s. That grey horse as well was Wind Glider that I mentioned before. Yeah. It's a good race, Paul, but Band of Brothers for you? Yeah, he's on top. Band of Brothers from He's the One for Us. So coming here to Happy Valley for the first time. The Hulk just got beaten over 1,800 last time, and Super Oasis looks one for the future as well. 11, 1, 8 and 5. Like the 11, I think he could be just an each way price.
Decided to shop for some value here with Grace and Mercy, horse number 2 for Tony Millard and Sylvester de Souza. He weakened out of it last start. He since trialled well. He has won a barrier trial here at Happy Valley back in April, and that recent trial I thought he finished off nicely. So 2 to beat to 5 Super Oasis. He's one of the main dangers, as too is the Hulk, and 11 Band of Brothers. So 2, 5, 8 and 11. This is a really good race. Private Secretary is very interesting, but Band of Brothers for me from a good gate for the win. That's race number 8. One more race to go then, plus all our best bets. Race number 9, that comes up next.